Hi friends, I'm going to do a quick intro to week 11, recap a little bit of last week in terms of the final project and extend into the completion of the final project just to get you up to speed of what to expect. This week I'm going to do an artist lesson. We're going to look at Lorna Simpson. I'm going to give background. I'm going to talk about why she interests me. I'm going to talk about her work and discuss it a little bit. And then I'm going to ask you a couple of questions to consider. I'm going to kind of do it a little more simply and not in VoiceThread, but an example of how you're going to approach each artist in your presentation project, okay? Then we're going to look briefly at David Sally, Barbara Kruger, and Julian Schnabel, okay? All artists very active in the 80s. I'm going to then take us through a second lesson where I more directly introduce you to VoiceThread, but you should watch the intro to VoiceThread first by Christopher Mullis. He's one of the folks involved in HLC and has a really captivating and exciting VoiceThread. And then I'll have mine. And so those are three lessons to look at. All right, to do, you're going to do your research on your artist and images this week. Lola, you have probably selected yours, and everyone else, I have no idea who you're doing. That has to happen. I had wanted you to get that done last week. And you're going to do a Barbara Kruger analysis piece. Okay? So that's this week. Manageable, and any questions you should ask me. In week 10, you were supposed to have picked 3 artists and why you're interested in them, and that's brief. You're going to discuss with me a little bit your selection. You're going to eventually just pick one artist to research and present on. Then this week, you're going to do some research, and you should be submitting probably a page or two, your background of the artists, and that you do research. It could be everything from gallery information using JSTOR or Oxford Art online, or any number of ways that you might research on an artist. Your own reason for selecting the artist you did, that should be a little paragraph. And significant works and your discussion of them. You might want to include 10 images, but you wouldn't discuss all 10 of them, okay? I think you should discuss in at least 3 different slides where you discuss the work, but you could have 5 or 6 slides with multiple images, more images, but you'll have a discussion of about 3 of them, okay? And you should, all your discussion for this week should be done in text format with me so that I know what you're thinking. And that discussion is analysis. What's happening in the world, what the context is, okay? And some of the things that we do when we talk about art, all right? Week 12, you're going to do the background of the artist on the VoiceThread. That's going to be finished. You're going to put them on the VoiceThread with your voice, with any like details or flourishes, and you'll do half the project done by week 12. And then you're going to start reflecting on how your appreciation shifted or deepened as you learned more. You'll do that as a draft by text, send it to me. I might give you feedback. And then you're going to do 2 slides that contain an image and a question. Each one contains a question. Each image contains a question you ask us to respond to. And we're going to respond to your presentation on the VoiceThread. Okay? And you'll share that with me as a proposal of what the question is and what the image is. And I might help you clarify that for week 12 so that when you present it all on week 13, it's perfect. Okay? And you'll conclude with your own quality of failure reflection on your presentation. All right? This is a note. Any slide you're talking about, whether it's the background of the artist or why you chose something, a viewer may respond to on the VoiceThread presentation, and should, throughout the whole piece. And our responses should be either positive, clarifying, or questioning. Okay? All right? All slides in week 13 are going to be finished by that Thursday night. and responses must be completed by Sunday night. Okay? And then that brings us into a recap in week 14. All right, friends, let's have a great week. Thank you.